let's talk about how to land your first brand deal as a beginner influencer or UGC creator. So I am a nano influencer. My name is Jana, and I am also a UGC creator. I'm the one who runs this YouTube channel, and I help people like you to be able to make money online from home and from your phone. So one of the biggest money makers as a nano influencer is brand deals. And so I just want to dive into that and give you some steps and insight, and also share with you a free guide that I have as well that dives even into more details on how to secure brand deals. So I'm going to share some tips with you. The first one is to make sure that you're building a strong and authentic brand. I'm going to say that again. Strong and authentic brand. What do I mean by strong? I mean making sure that you have lots of good quality content. If you have a personal profile that you might be using and you have a mix of good and bad quality content, that's not strong to me. That's kind of mediocre. But if someone were to visit your page, as whether you're a UGC creator or whether you're an influencer, and they see a lot of, it just looks like a quality video. It's just filmed well, everything. Maybe you have voiceovers, maybe you have really good lighting, whatever it is, consistency across all your content, that is going to be recognized as strong to brands. And trust me, I have literally had brands tell me they would not work with me based off of the look of just coming to my homepage of my Instagram feed. Okay, so this is actually very important. And the next thing is being authentic. I think one of the biggest things that will help you grow as a UGCer and as an influencer is really being authentic with your audience and showing the different struggles, showing the emotions, showing the raw sides of the things that you're doing. I think that when you have that authenticity, it really adds value and connects with people in a deeper way. And it's going to be really important that you have that, especially when you're working with different brands and you're advertising products where you're making them sound so amazing. Sometimes that gets a little robotic. So when you have a lot of authenticity mixed in, people will continue following you despite the ads that you're producing on your page or the branded content that you have. Number two, I want you to focus on engagement, not just follower count. Now, to me, there's not a lot of nano influencers out there making money, but I've been able to crack the code and figure it out. And I still am yet to reach 10K followers across multiple platforms. So to me, I think that engagement is a huge, huge key part of that. And really focusing that my content is not just, quality, but that I'm really engaging in Instagram stories and in Facebook stories and comments, anywhere where I can really engage with my audience. I've really shifted gears to be able to do that. Make sure that when people comment on your post that you're literally responding to every comment, and try not to do just emojis. Try to actually respond words to comments, and try not to do just the same comments either. That's going to be really helpful for your engagement, and platforms like TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook are all going to push your content out more the more engagement that you get. So that's going to be a huge, huge priority and focus, especially in 2025. The next thing, I recommend that you post consistently. Posting yourself consistently, add your contact email within your social media bios so that brands can, when they start seeing your content, they can go ahead and shoot you an email and say, hey, we'd love to work with you. Inbounds are amazing once you start getting them, but it does take a while to start getting those inbounds. Now, step 3, I want to talk about pitching to brands professionally. So I do both email pitching, cold email pitching to brands. I do where I will pitch a brand in a DM sometimes, and I will use something else which I highly recommend to beginners, and that is using creator platforms. So they have these available for UGCers, they have them available for influencers, and sometimes they're joint platforms because a lot of times they can go hand in hand, like in my case. And what I would definitely recommend is using those creator platforms. I do have a free guide below, which is to help you as a beginner to land your first brand deal. And I mentioned some of my favorite creator platforms to work with and ones I personally loved and used all the time to make money. And so there are some there that you can look at, but you can also just Google search UGC creator platform or influencer creator platform and start building profiles or getting accepted into those programs. The reason that I recommend this over just cold email pitching or email or DMs is that when you are just sending a cold email or a cold DM, it can get really discouraging when you're doing that a lot and you're not seeing any results from it. Versus when you have a creator platform, you're more likely to actually get brand deals, because when you're cold pitching to brands, you don't even know that they're looking for influencers right now. You don't even know if if they have a budget for UGC content or for social media content. You have no idea. So half the time you're pitching to people and they're like, oh, well, this isn't even an option for us right now. So absolutely not. Versus when you are part of a creator platform, basically those platforms have vetted and work with a lot of brands, and those brands are saying, hey, we just launched these new products. We want 3 influencers or 3 UGC creators to create videos about this, and we're going to pay them XYZ. And sometimes you can even negotiate your pay on those platforms. But the best thing about that is that you don't have to worry about scammers, because all of those brands are vetted, and then they're actually sharing exactly the content that they want, the timeline that they want. Everything is already kind of done for you in that way. So all you have to do is apply, get accepted, and then create the content. Versus when you send something via like an email pitch, you're having to like handle every part of it. You're having to negotiate, you're having to suggest ideas for content, you're having to really portray your own value, and it can just be kind of difficult. Another thing is too that if you are sending out email pitches, the reality is it will take around 100 to 200 pitches to land a brand deal. And that's a lot of pitching. So I just want to encourage you that like join platforms, but then also do email pitching as you have time. That's something that I've done. And I still do. I do both. I have lots of platforms that I'm a part of and apply for campaigns on. And I also do email pitching. Just the reality is email pitching is a lot slower to get brand deals. So just FYI. Next thing is negotiate and set expectations. So if you do work with different platforms where you can negotiate your pay, or if you are doing like you're DMing a brand or you're emailing a brand, it's really important to not undervalue yourself. So beginners starting out, I think at the very minimum, like very minimum, like it could be your day one, I still think you need to be charging at least $150 to $200, just because your time is valuable. So even if it's not the best content yet, I think that still very much needs to be the bare minimum. Now there are so many brands out there that are like, oh yeah, we'll pay you $50 to $75 for a video. Don't do it. Your time is worth more than that, okay? Setting expectations, I think it's just really important to be realistic with yourself about the time that you have to put into this, and setting expectations even for brands. You know, if you don't want to work on weekends, like make sure that you're communicating that and saying, hey, you know, just setting an expectation for this brand that I'm not going to be able to get this to you on Saturday, but I will have it to you by Monday or by Tuesday or whatever. Like it's really important to set expectations with yourself, but also with a brand. Another thing that I recommend looking at is that when you set your own rates, make sure that you're not having those just be like stapled in rates. What I do is when I'm talking with a brand, I'll hear about their goals, I'll hear about what they're wanting to do, and then based off of that, that's when I come in and I offer my rates, because there may be working for one brand where they're paying me $250 for this one video, and it takes me 2 hours to completely like get out the first draft, versus another brand, the things they might require me going to a location, purchasing a product, all sorts of stuff that might require another 6 hours for that same 100 and 250. You see what I'm saying? So it's important to really figure out, okay, if they want all these extra add-ons, I need to make sure that I am taking care of my time and adding in these other things into the equation and into my rate. The last thing is that I did want to mention again, I do have that free guide to landing your first brand deal as a beginner. I do share tips that I did not share in this video. All of them are super helpful, and it's a step-by-step to really walk you through setting up yourself to actually secure those brand deals, and it will help you get the job done. So my name is Jana. Thanks for watching this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.